What was like agency life like before you started working with us?
And so before I was just essentially a penny scrapping videographer making 10 to 20K a month, not consistently. It was almost like begging for jobs. Try to do all the work, no sleep, because I wanted to keep all the profits.
Tell me kind of where you're at.
The actual guarantee is there for clients. Like now I can confidently say I'm in that 20 to 30K mark consistently. That gave me that confidence where, okay, 2025, fine, I'll have the scary goal to hit 7 figures.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube or video case study with my dude Ayush. What up, man? How's Vegas?
Here. Vegas is very not hot right now.
Not. What's the temp there?
Oh, I think it's honestly like 50 to be
Wow.
quite honest. But it's windy,
Wow.
so I don't.
Freezing in the morning? Is it like freezing?
It's freezing. You feel like you're gonna get gusted away, bro.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
Not fun. Not fun. I miss the heat, but then I'll complain once the heat
Move
comes.
back to San Diego.
Actually, I'm thinking about it.
Are you really?
For real. Like that's not a joke. I'm actually thinking about it.
65 and I don't see a cloud, so
Perfect weather year round.
sorry, bro. Yeah. Anyway, why don't you give the people watching, the agencies watching, or whoever's watching, just a quick intro to who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Ayush Swami. I am a creative director, or however you want to say, agency owner for specifically the fitness industry, bodybuilding coaches and fitness coaches, CrossFit, anything in the health and wellness space. And just like everyone else, usually trying to build their personal brands and creating their content, that's what I do. And I've very much now shifted from being a videographer 10 years ago and slowly then became a creative director. And thanks to Agency U, am really getting into that coaching seat and learning
And a
how
business owner versus
Yeah.
like just being a freelancer.
Yeah, the biggest thing is like not being a freelance videographer, monkeying around
Yeah.
all the time, and actually kind of having my foot down and saying, no, I'm a business owner and I scale your business. And sure,
Yeah.
I'll shoot you a video here and there, but at the end of the day, it's the outcomes. It's not
Yeah.
the video.
You're not creating a job for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. Let's dive into it. So tell us more about that. So like freelancer, like you've been with us for like what, 7, 8 months now?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah,
Wow.
like since I think May.
Yeah, crazy.
April.
Which is
Yeah.
now it's January, so some simple math. 7 months. Yeah, there we go. What was like agency life like before, or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, agency life like before you started working with us? Like what was going on?
Before Agency U, it was more like a wannabe agency where I was a videographer, creative director, or self-proclaimed agency where I was trying to transition, but I couldn't because I didn't know how to create the offer. Like I had offers, they made sense to me, but in reality, the outcomes that Austin and Agency U were trying to teach me finally clicked once I saw it visually that I could never make it for myself. And so before I was just essentially a penny scrapping videographer making 10 to 20K a month, not consistently.
Yeah.
It was almost like begging for jobs and trying to prove myself to people that I didn't have to prove because I wasn't able to find that like business owner or CEO energy. And
Yeah.
that came from finally recognizing through the course how you have to like position yourself, which one your offer and what your end outcome is for every client that wants to sign for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me more about that. Was it like you were just taking whatever the client wanted to do and you just like shoot for them, or you came up with a video package, or you like it was just yourself, or like what was it like?
Yeah, so before I had a business partner, my ex best friend and we started it before he decided to destroy the whole company. And I got locked out of my entire passwords and stuff because he wanted to, he thought that I was taking all the money.
Huh.
And so instead of talking to me like a business owner man to man, he just, ruined it by locking me out and we had to separate.
Yeah.
And so basically I would be begging for people just to keep myself afloat because I was always looked at as a videographer And so as I joined Agency U, I was able to craft an offer where it's not just, hey, show up, shoot a video, make it look cool, and hope maybe the algorithm takes it off or people
Yeah.
look at it as, oh, it's a sick video, then that would give them business. No, it was like understanding that we sell outcomes and giving them a strategy with this specific offer, such as X amount of videos, but then the game plan of like running an authority funnel, the
Mhm.
ads
Mhm.
that allow you then to actually scale your clients, which is
Yeah.
something I never did because I was very scared to ever run ads. I was
Yeah.
very in a scarcity mindset, even as a videographer, to run ads and
I call you
waste.
I call you Mr. Organic.
Yeah, I wanted to be the organic guy. And what's funny is I was always looking at all these people that popped off on social media.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I had to swallow, maybe I'm not in the cards to go viral organically like a lot of these Instagram gurus,
Yeah.
but I have to come to realize just because you go viral doesn't mean anything. Some people may have hit it lucky, and
Yeah.
some people don't, and then they end up ruining their entire career on their platforms because
Yeah.
it's so volatile. And I believe that what you guys taught me, and it kind of goes back to even like some of like the coaching calls with like Ryan Megan, like, and I like use my own brain. Organic can only get you so far, but you want predictability.
Mhm.
The biggest brands, they all do ads, and that's the reason why they're so sustainable. And we're trying to get sustainability is the biggest thing. We don't
Yeah.
want to rely on the algorithm shutting down like now TikTok as of what, yesterday. Everyone's now,
Totally.
holy crap, it's going to shut down soon.
Yeah.
So if you keep relying on organic, you'll now be faced with that issue. And
Yeah.
if you understand you need organic with ads, you don't have to worry about money at all, because
Yeah.
once you have that capital to scale, that's when the consistent leads come in, and um,
So
people
yeah. So
that
so so was it like before, not to like interrupt or sorry to interrupt you, but like kind of wanted to hit on like the like organic stuff. So is it like clients were eclectic because you weren't able to get them results, or was it like, and then like because of that you weren't able to hire a team to scale, or like what was going on with like the old way?
my old way was, and I still find that still till this day, because now there's a money issue for some
Yeah.
people, since ads do require more money to
Yeah.
run that still. The biggest issue is they needed results. They needed the
Hmm.
outcome. They needed to actually start getting more leads and signing clients, but organic does not guarantee that at all.
Yeah.
So what do? We run ads to allow them to start finally seeing those clients come in and those leads
Yeah.
come in. And
Yeah.
so
So
now
like
with
you were trying to get them results and then you would like try to get making them go viral, try to make them go viral, they wouldn't be happy and then they would like leave, or
they wouldn't leave, they would
and
just
hard
run
to justify the price too.
justify the price, and also they just run out of money.
Yeah.
So
Because they're not
then
getting results.
yeah, so like they at a certain point they're like, well, I can't pay you because I actually don't have any more money. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually screwed. And so
Yeah.
with the authority funnel, I actually now can at any given point, if they try to say like I'm not signing leads, I now can tell them, well, why aren't you signing the leads? Because you actually do
Yeah.
have leads coming in. I see it with the authority funnel, and they're saying, well, these people, I'm not signing them because the conversations aren't going anywhere. Well, then it sounds like it's a sales problem,
Yeah.
and it's
Facts.
lead.
Yeah.
And so
100%.
I actually have now the leverage as an agency owner to keep my business with them and now teach them as a coach and a mentor, as a salesperson.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I kind of just started blinking my eyes and twiddling my thumbs because I wouldn't know what to tell them.
Yeah.
Algorithm, sorry, but now I can say, can I see your messages?
Yeah.
And can pinpoint, well, you kind of just butched that
Yeah.
conversation. Do you not see X, Y, Z? And then like, oh, then I
Totally.
tell them what to say, and then they do it for the next person. Bingo, close.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Love it. Dope, man. Yeah. Super proud of you. Glad you made the transition. I was a little worried that you were going to be Mr. Organic the whole time that you converted. Okay, cool. Well, because you have this, or let's actually go back. What about like systems and team and stuff like that? Like what was that like?
So before I joined forces with my ex business partner and friend,
Hmm.
um, I was a freelance videographer doing everything,
Hmm.
and I would have like my routine to every 3 to 4 months, I would have a hospital scare of drinking too much caffeine because I would try to do all the work, no
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
because I wanted to keep all the profits.
Yeah.
And once I realized how stupid I was, then I joined with my friend and we tried to slowly do that, outsourcing. I came to realize, whoa, no, this, I can, you get more clients and whatnot, even though you are losing profits.
Yeah.
But what agency you guys taught me more of like how to actually expand on that team because
Yeah.
before I was more so looking at it for every dollar. Every dollar lost was like, even if it was paying like an out overseas editor, it's like no, like nurture them. You can
Yeah.
find a way to actually, I don't know, not make a bet or like make like a some type of deal, but you're able to finally build a relationship with how a regular business would operate, where now you can grow together. And I knew how to speak to them
Yeah.
versus before it was like, oh, this dude's gonna charge me $50 a reel, and then like I just wouldn't even talk to them. But
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Yeah.
talk to them, sell them, and pitch them on the long term vision. And now I
Totally.
have a team of 12 editors working for me around the clock, and
Crazy.
I'm pulling more money than ever with a
Yeah.
net profit of a really good amount.
Yeah. And you're also like, I mean, now, which maybe we'll hit on in a second. So let's transition. So now, like, what's the current state of the business? Like, how we like from then feeling like glorified freelancer, organic. Now I can even just like see it in like your body language. You seem just like more content and like secure. I remember when we were first talking, it was a little more anxious and like I need to do something now. I want to do this now.
Yeah.
Tell me kind of where you're at with the
Before,
business team, finances, if you're open to sharing, like closed deals, given this new leverage point. Yeah, tell us what you're willing to share.
yeah, so I before was always anxious because even though I had retainers of 10 to 20K wherever it was at the time as a gross monthly MRR, I always knew it could always leave because I deep down knew there was no guarantee with my results. And now I have guarantees because I'm not selling technically the closes, I'm selling the leads.
Hmm.
And I think that that allows me to position and posture myself accordingly to all my clients and prospective leads as well. If I get you the leads, it's up to you to close them. And if you're not closing, well, I can still help you. And
Yeah,
so I feel like I'm having a better client retention,
yeah.
honestly, because
Because
I'm bringing,
ultimately, they want to become more known on social media so that they can get more leads.
yeah.
Like at the end of the day, if they say, "Oh, I want to go viral, I'll get a bunch of views," it's like they want to get more money, and it's really hard to place that bet
Yeah,
without
because
ads.
you could get a video to go viral. I've gone viral a few times now, and
Yeah,
honestly, all I did was just get more of my Indian brethren. I just
dude,
told
that
them,
happened to me too.
yeah, it was like you didn't actually accomplish anything. Congratulations, you got the 4 million, $10 million video, but it
Yeah,
actually destroyed your business or
yeah,
your profile. So no, it's like the actual guarantee is there now
yeah,
for
yeah,
clients. Like they bring in the leads and it's very consistent. All they have to do is learn how to get better at sales, and then I
yeah.
can take it upon myself to teach them.
Killer. And then what's like been like the business growth as a result of being able to posture yourself this way?
Yeah, so like to go from like glorified freelancer anxious all the time to now I have this like weird confidence to know because right now, and I don't mind speaking finances literally, before I used to say I'm barely making 10K a month, even though I
Yeah.
was 10 to 20. For safety reasons, I had to say that.
Hmm.
But now I can confidently say I'm in that 20 to 30K mark consistently,
Let's
and I'm
go.
choosing not to scale faster because I know if I try to scale faster with the authority funnel for myself,
Yeah.
I'm not ready for it, then I wouldn't be able to handle that load. So I feel like at any moment I could scale to a 7 figure business, which I want to try to do for this 2025 year.
Yeah. Sick.
But the thing is, it's all up to me on making sure my backend systems are ready to handle it.
Totally.
Then I was able to get my first 45K month
Let's
in
go.
December of 2024, and I think I hit my first 30K month literally. I think actually in November It was either October or November. I hit my first
Nice.
30, and then from there I
Sick.
immediately hit 45. So I'm not anticipating January to be 50K. It'd be sick because I
Yeah.
pull back on the ads because I want to make sure my systems can handle
Hmm.
it. But that gave me that confidence where, okay, 2025, fine, I'll have the scary goal to hit seven figures.
Yeah, sick. And you know how to do it, and you can feel a lot more confident in doing it, and then also confident in your product once you obviously get there. But like scaling is just like you do this, and then you flatten out, get your systems ready, infrastructure, and then you do that again, and like kind of like build as you go, which you're on the right track. And then like the team, tell me more about like the editing team because I'm sure 99.9% of the people watching this are burnt out from like fulfillment. Tell me more about like how you've been able to navigate that and not have to be in every edit.
Yeah, so before, and especially, and I can't speak for other niches, but I will say bodybuilding and fitness is very hard to edit because some things are very intricate and specific, and that's the hardest part of outsourcing the editing, which is why I always have to just do it myself, and why it took me this long to even outsource anything. Um, I've now been able to like find ways to communicate it to people, whether it's have that one American editor and then you have the rest of them
Yeah,
overseas, where then they handle the more crazy editing that would take more time and effort to explain it to an overseas editor. And I have the other ones specifically designed for like the talking head type of content.
nice.
And so I've been learning how to identify strong suits for a different editor, and I keep them at bays. And
Yeah,
so it's like they get this style, they get this style, and that's been helping my systems to be a lot better now because
yeah.
um, now I can build upon that, and I just have that main guy for like the main ones, which end up taking more time for some people.
Did you get that senior editor in place?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get that thing to the kinks out of it. It's
Yeah.
been a struggle still because I've noticed now I have to step up as a leader for those even more
Yep.
because whether they have the skill set or not, it's up to me to how to communicate to them on how to successfully be that role.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best part of the job is you're gonna get there very soon, but like creating other leaders and seeing them thrive and like you actually work for them, which will be fun and cool for you.
I'm
I
excited
did.
for that. I've been
Yeah, me
trying.
too. You're gonna get there. You're doing everything right. Like having the right infrastructure, having the systems in place, like making sure everything is organized so that it makes it really easy for them to actually succeed. That should be your number one goal is like, how do I set this person up for success versus just throw them into a bunch of messy things and expect them to figure it out.
Yeah.
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 Cool, man. Well, people watching are like agencies, whether they like jumped on a call with us or maybe they're like considering popping around. Like, what would you say to an agency owner who is like considering agency you? And like, are these people gurus and scam and all that stuff?
Yeah, no, I think like the biggest thing that set me off, especially because like the last one I was in, right, that I literally didn't even use, is
Yeah.
that the difference between them is you guys actually have it set up for even post agency you, where it's
Hmm.
like, let's say you go through all the modules and whatnot, you're not left with like, well, now what? I just have to go with based off what I was taught. Like
Yeah.
you gave like the actual backend system, which is like crazy because that thing alone sets you
Boom.
up. Well, it's like that alone is already worth the 15K that I paid
For sure.
basically.
Yeah.
And so, um, and then from there, it's like the chat GBT prompts because at the end of the day, yeah, chat GBT is a crutch now for even college kids, right?
Yeah.
But that thing is such a powerful tool that you said, this is what you can use this prompt for this type of ad, and then
Yeah.
this type of ad. And then that you can use it for your own clients.
Yeah.
And that made my life even easier being such a novice at ads. I don't
Yeah.
even know how to do it. So going from being very uncomfortable, Mr. Organic, like you call me.
Mhm.
But now I'm pro ad. Let's run all the freaking ads.
Sick.
I now feel like, however, I continue with Agency U post this podcast, like I'm like, well, I'm set, and I owe it all to Agency U
Let's
specifically
go.
because before I never even wanted to run a single penny.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you like? What has been your favorite thing inside of agency? Like what, based off of what we're, is it like the one-to-ones? Is it the chat GPT prompts or like what would you say?
I mean, everything, obviously, but I think the number one thing
Because you were in
is
a program before and then like you had a bad experience and then you were like pretty skeptical about us. I remember like when we first talked, just like I just spent all this money, like is this gonna actually work? That kind of vibe.
Yeah, so like I think the number one thing that differentiates you from that last one is that how I just mentioned, I'm being set up for however you graduate from agency U, I have tangible things to take with me. So
Yeah,
that means um, the back end system that you guys built so hard for, that's like given to the student, which in itself is crazy because now that I have it, it postures me super well.
yeah,
Before, when I would onboard a client, it was email,
yeah,
Dropbox, message. But now I have that, like, no, you get on Notion, here's your course material to understand how we're going to be creating the content. And then from there, your videos will just be hosted on Dropbox.
yeah.
And
Dope.
it's like I'm just postured more of like a legit agency. And if I tried to build it myself, it would take way too much time and I don't even know how to work Notion. You guys did it in a platform that makes you look super authority. I
Yeah,
think one-on-ones are very key because you guys are like up your ass on the student, at least that from my
yeah,
experience, like it's been on my ass.
yeah,
And that helps a lot because it shows that the accountability is there. Whereas like the other guy, I wasn't in it too long because I could sense it was for more of a beginner where it's like you just picked up your camera yesterday and you somehow just
yeah,
want to start making money. Where you guys are actually postured for whether you just picked it up yesterday or you're already at seven figures or you're in the middle,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
thought was really valuable because now I'm like, well, shit, I wish I signed up with you when Hassan had given me some sort of like sign that he was with you. I wish I
yeah,
had signed up back then.
yeah. Facts. He just hit 100K last month.
Oh wow, that
Yeah,
well, there you go, right?
there's
Like,
your motivation, bro.
yeah, no, exactly. If he hit 100K for how he's doing it, then of course I'll hit it.
Easy, bro. I want you to do it healthily though, without going in the hospital again.
Well, so far we have no hospital things yet,
That's
so
good. Okay,
good.
let's keep it that way.
Keep it
When
that
you
way.
build the team and dial in the leadership, you'll be super set. All right, bro. Anything else that would be helpful before we head out?
Yeah, I think to any person listening to this, I think the biggest thing is like whether you join agency you or not. I think the biggest thing is you should just try running the ad yourself, like the authority funnel from like whatever the free content you provide, and then flop in your face and realize, wait, it flopped, but it still worked.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe I should just invest in an agency you to see why did it flop, but still worked, and then see the results on steroids when you finally immerse yourself into the program.
yeah. Dope. Love it. Agreed, man. Well, I think the common denominator of everybody I talk to is action. You've taken great action. You've been a great student, and you are a great student, and that's what makes you successful. So, um, we don't take all the credit. A lot of the credit goes to you taking massive action, trusting the process. I know it's hard to go from organic to ads, and you're going through a lot of change and stuff, but you're staying humble and being a good student, and you're seeing the results. So,
For sure.
seven figures, 2025.
Let's go. That's the goal.
It's on camera, bro. It's going to be on YouTube. So this will be
Yeah,
a good clip
absolutely.
next year.